Previously on Fate and the Fablemaidens. Dr. Rhett leans back and says, "Welcome to Laurasio University. What do you think? I have something that I started working on a while back that might help us be able to track planar rifts. I have to find it first. It's in storage." It says on it, "Borrowed your thingamajig for science. XOXO skull." She puts the note down on the desk and she says, "I need you to help me find my sister."
We'll find your sister.
There are like 20 bands, musicians, all represented on this wall.
It says Balor Bane. That's a god of rock. And these three people are mayhem gravy.
It's a flyer, and the big letters on the top read Laurasio City Limits. It starts today.
And then I'm gonna change into her, Dr. Rhett, and then try to make my hair look like the people in the posters.
All right, Laurasio, let's rock and roll. The city is filled with action, and wait, are those cars? The whole place feels out of control. But the city also has tacos, and wait, are those guitars? We built this arc on rock and roll. This is Fate and the Fablemaidens. You all are approaching through this crowd. You hear the music just overwhelming you. But before you can actually make it to the park, there's a long line.
More line.
To the right, you start to see kind of signs, and people pass by in front of them, but signs have arrows leading to kind of a tent off to the side, and it says to check weapons in a locker.
What?
Yep, and lockers for rent, and these signs just kind of lead over to the tented area.
Are you letting go of my hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any weapon that fits, I'm gonna put it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
So I'm thinking my thunder cannon will probably fit
Okay.
into it through the hole. A light hammer? Think I could get a light hammer in there?
I mean, in a bag of holding, yes.
No. I mean through the opening, because that's a normal bag size opening, you know.
Yeah, but you fit your thunder cannon in there. I feel like it'll fit. It's
Okay.
It's an elastic bag.
But if I tried to fit an elephant in there.
Okay, the elastic probably won't reach around an elephant, but if it reached around your
Okay.
thunder cannon but not your light hammer, I would be insanely impressed.
Well, okay. So then, do you think my crossbow would fit?
You might have to do some finagling and put it in and then move the bag around and tilt it at different angles, but I think you could probably get it in there eventually.
Cool, and then I'll put my hand axe in there, and that's all my weapons. And then I'm going to take a bedroll. Do I have a bedroll? Backpack, something, rope, maybe rope. And I'm going to put it into the bag on top of everything, so if someone looks inside or tries to see what's in there, all they'll see is rope.
Okay.
Oh no, I take off my apron
Oh,
and
okay.
kind of put it in there to make it, to help hide it.
May kind of wrap it around the weapons a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, that leaves Wynni and Twyddle though, still. But Twyddle can't read the signs.
So I have never seen a lot of this stuff before, so I feel like Twyddle is just looking around and taking everything in.
You're looking around. There's a long line in front of you. You still see the image of the elf, pink-haired elf woman projected into the sky. And people keep pushing past you, kind of brushing shoulders with you as they walk past on their way to their to the lines.
Which I think I have my spikes out.
Okay.
So are they really brushing into me?
If people bump into you, they go, "Ow!" and then keep going. Some of them kind of raise their hands "What's your deal?"
I ignore them because I'm still taking in everything.
Yeah, and Twyddle, this is louder than literally anything you have ever encountered. There's music playing. It's coming from, it feels like every direction, but realistically that it's from the image of the pink-haired elf.
Then I'm definitely gonna grab my ears and just be "Ugh, this is what they call music?"
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much just absorbed in what's going around me right now.
I'm looking for Balor Bane, right? That was his name?
Yeah.
I'm looking for maybe where his stage would be.
So you can see that multiple of these projections kind of line the park, but it's harder to see them as they get further and further away. And it looks like there's sort of a faint shimmer between the main stage and the stages next to them. So you can't hear sound from the stages on the other side of those. As you're kind of looking, you do see that... Actually, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Someone's walking by and just like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe we're about to see Medja. She is so close to us right now. And another person walking with this one says, and Balor tomorrow, Balor Bane, like this whole event is gonna be so rockin'. And like they're just kind of walking away. It's a lot like the people that you overhear on the way to school in Persona 5 every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just walk past you, drop some hot, important story stuff, and sometimes tutorial-based things. And then disappear and you never see them again.
Is Wynni doing anything about the
I don't know.
stash your weapons thing?
Oh, no, she didn't. She wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Wynni, as you're kind of looking around for the stage, you do notice that there are two kind of lines. There's a much shorter line for people without bags, and then the longer line is for people with bags.
I don't have a bag.
Don't you have a backpack?
Oh, yeah, I guess I have a couple packs. Yeah, I have like 3 packs.
Oh, 3?
Yeah, I definitely have 3 packs.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to consolidate them into one.
Okay.
And then I guess go stand in the bag line.
Okay. Merryweather, you've stuffed all of your stuff in your bag, and have y'all just left Twyddle kind of standing there?
Say, hey, Twyddle, it says to put your weapons in a locker.
Oh.
I'm gonna like look. I'm just gonna be like, why?
There are lots of people. I don't know. I guess they think it's dangerous or something. But also, maybe if you hide your weapons, then they won't take them from you.
But I'm not explaining to her that I put my things into this bag.
Of course
because I don't trust that she won't accidentally tell the guards or whatever that I have my weapons. Not because I don't want to take her weapons. That's more the motivation.
Do people not want to like show off their weapons? I don't understand why we'd have to.
I know it's so bizarre, but it's the way of music. Concerts.
Is it?
I'm gonna nod knowingly. Like, yeah, I've heard of such a thing before. I'm carrying a lot of weapons. Obviously, what I'm wearing is a weapon, but I think I'm gonna get away with that. So I have 3 javelins because I got rid of one at one point.
Did you just throw it and like lose it? Was it with the Kraken?
No, she dropped it down the
Oh yeah, you dropped it down the pit. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm gonna take my net that I have and I'm gonna kind of like position it over like the top speary parts of the javelins and secure it and kind of make almost like a canopy.
Okay.
And I'll probably just like use both hands to like grab it and just like position it like over me overhead. And then I'm gonna leave my club and bear trap alone because I think I'm gonna get away with it.
Okay.
I'm good.
I see that they're hiding their weapons, and I hear Merryweather say we can't have our weapons, and I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Prestidigitation, can I use it to make things, like, not visible?
No.
Okay. Can I use Mage Hand to... to hold my rapier and slide it on the ground? Like, you know what I'm saying?
How big is the range on Mage Hand?
It's 25 feet.
You can try.
Okay.
I like how the easiest thing for us would be,
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, DM, you gave us a nice spot to put our weapons. We'll just do that. Like, we're like,
Well, I see my friends not putting their weapons away, and I think, well, I guess I better keep mine too.
Winnie's very impressionable, and this is all Merryweather and Twyddle's fault. Mostly Merryweather, because Twyddle doesn't really know what she's doing.
So the 3 of us are gonna go get in the short line. Is that right?
no, the long one.
You still have bags, so the short line is for people with no bag. They can just pretty much walk right in. But the longer line is for, like, y'all who do have 3 packs each if you're Wynni. So y'all are waiting in line, and it doesn't move incredibly fast. You're just kind of, like, listening to this music, so poor Twyddle isn't a huge fan, but has to listen to it as you wait. But eventually you do get to the front of the line, and there's a half-orc officer with a law enforcement badge, and he's searching through bags. He kind of sticks a little stick in, looks in, moves moves stuff around a little bit, and then hands the bag back to the person in front of you. And so next, which order are you standing in?
I want to be asking him questions and talking to him as we go through the line.
Okay.
I guess that would put me more towards the middle. I'd be in the middle, so I could be talking to him while someone's bag and other person's bag is getting checked.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine going first. I hold out my backpack and kind of like hold my bag of holding in such a way to make it not like I'm hiding it, but not super obvious. So like if he notices it, then great, and if he doesn't notice it, then whatever.
Okay.
Should I roll like a stealth or sleight of hand? I'm just trying to make it like not super obvious, but not to where he would be like, oh, you're trying to hide something from me?
Sleight of hand would be best, I think.
Oh, nat 20!
Yeah.
Okay. So, he can't beat that. He rolled pretty high, but he can't beat that. So he pokes into your pack a little bit, does not see your bag of holding, and says, anything dangerous in this bag?
What does that even mean? Right? No, there's nothing dangerous.
Yeah, okay, great. You can move along.
Okay.
Wynni, are you talking to him? What are you saying?
Yeah, I'm saying, hi, do you like this kind of music?
Not particularly. No, I don't really like it.
Do you know anything about this music? Because I like one of the artists, but I don't know, like, who else I would like, because he doesn't perform until tomorrow, and so, like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to, like, listen to people who are like him that I just don't know about yet, and I was just wondering if you could give me, like, any recommendations.
Yeah, so he takes your bag while you're doing this and is like looking through it, and how are you doing your mage hand thing?
I feel like this is the most I've heard Wynni talk.
I know.
Ever.
I'm so impressed right now.
She's so nervous. The way I'm imagining the sword, the rapier happening is the mage hand has it on the ground and it's like a snake. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
It's like at people's feet, like literally on the ground, dragging around. And it's like several feet in front of me, like trying to like hide in the grass. And yeah, that's what I'm picturing.
So, you're talking to him and he's looking through your bag, and I'm gonna have you roll me a sleight of hand with advantage because you're also distracting him.
Okay, I got 24.
Yeah, okay, that'll be fine.
I'm proficient in sleight of hand.
Love it.
Okay, so your rapier snakes across the ground, and like Merryweather's kind of waiting on the other side. He looks through your bag and he's like, well, anything dangerous in this bag?
Absolutely not. Look at me, I'm so young.
We both answer so suspiciously.
He says, you sure are, and I don't really know what else to say to that.
Come on, let's go!
He says, well, enjoy the concert and stay safe.
Okay, do you not have any, like, music? As he's checking Twyddle's bag, I'm still talking to him.
Okay, yeah. So, Twyddle, do you hand him your bag?
Yeah, I'll hand him my bag. I'm looking cool as a cucumber.
Okay, so...
And a little bored.
He takes the bag and is, like, poking around in it, and he tells Wynni, he said, yeah, there are scheduled posts around the park. You can see what bands or performers are lined up for what stage and what time they'd be performing. It should be listed for the next 3 days, so if you're looking for specific genres, plenty of people around here be able to recommend their favorites to you, I'm sure. And then he kind of like looks up at you, Twyddle, and says, anything dangerous in here?
Mm-mm.
And then like takes you in with your spiked armor and your bear trap and the javelins and net that you've created above your head. And he just looks at you and says, yeah, I don't even feel like I'm gonna need to repeat that. You look pretty dangerous yourself.
I shout, rock on, dude!
Nope. He says, did you see the signs? You could check your weapons in the lockers, but I'm afraid I can't let you in as
These are decorative!
he narrows his eyes and says, I see about 4 or 5 weapons if I could count, and I can. 5.
I wish you could point to me what you're referring to. I have no clue what you're talking about.
He just kind of sighs and he says, 1.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna
And points to your bear trap. And then he says 2, 3, 4 and points to the javelins. And then he points to the spikes and he starts counting them individually and says 5.
Oh, okay.
6,
Okay.
7,
Wait, hold on.
8,
Hold on.
9.
I'm gonna hold up my bear trap and I'm gonna point at it and just be like, this is an accessory. And then I'm gonna point specifically at my tribal symbol and just be like, see, it's decorated.
I'm afraid we can't allow weapons of any kind into the festival.
I'm gonna roll intimidation on that one.
Okay.
Okay. That'll be a 19.
Okay. He kind of sighs and he says, look,
This is my favorite voice, by the way, that you've done.
Yeah, I love this voice.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
I understand that you're excited for the concerts. You want to have a good time, and I don't want any trouble. He's kind of putting his hands up. He's looking a little bit intimidated. He says, "But I do have a job to do.
Yes.
And you're holding up the line, and I cannot let you in."
I think you're holding up the line, mister. You could have let her in hours ago.
He kind of looks at you and says, "Have you ever been to one of these things before?"
How old do you think I am? Of course I've been to a concert.
You understand I can't let people in dangerous things all over their person.
She's the sweetheart. She's not dangerous. It's fashion.
There are so many pointy things.
But it's part of my outfit.
Yep.
I'm like gesturing to the spikes now. And then I'm gonna point somebody out in the crowd, be like, just like him. And I hope that they're wearing spikes.
Okay. I think he looks towards the person in the crowd and then looks back at you and says, "No." You can try and persuade him, I think, but an intimidation roll is not going to get you through with this law officer.
Okay, I'll roll persuasion. That's a 17.
In order to let you in, I'm going to need you to leave at least your weapons here.
I don't have any.
He says, "You and I both know that's not true. I just counted them for you. You can keep the ones on your person. I understand there's some kind of fashion thingamajig nowadays, but everything else is you're gonna have to leave it here."
I'm going to remove the net from the javelins and hand him the 3 javelins.
"And how about your accessory, as you call it?"
My eyes are gonna get big and then start to water up a little bit. You don't understand.
I understand all too well. I've been doing this for a long time. If you would just hand it over.
Hey, mister.
Yes.
It is not a weapon.
Uh-huh.
Excuse you.
Mhm.
It is a trap meant to trap bears. Do you see any bears here? No, only people. Therefore, it is not dangerous to anyone here, only to bears, and there are none. I have a -1 in persuasion.
But you're gonna have to roll me anyway.
11.
Okay. So he kind of sighs and he says, "Okay, if I see any problems,
No, none.
I want you to understand this will end in your arrest."
Yes.
This is the most put together I have ever seen Twyddle, and it's kind of scaring me a little bit as a DM. But he says, "All right, then you can keep your accessory." And he takes the javelins and stashes them under the table where he's been checking bags, and he says, "All right, you can move along."
Thank you. I'm gonna reach out and grab his hand and shake it really hard and say, "Thank you so much."
He was not offering his hand, but he goes, "Okay, oh, yep, enjoy the shows."
As soon as we're out of earshot, I go,
And he didn't even take your club.
Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah. I forgot about the club.
I had a plan for that one too, so it was...
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah.
he just got so distracted.
He got so distracted with the other ones. So you all move in, and you hear kind of the person behind you say, "Hey, why'd she get to go through with her pointy things?" And he says, "Well, she's a very difficult person, and I have a job to do."
I don't feel like dealing with her. And her little friend.
And so you all move into the concert. There are some chairs set up near the back with, flags or balloons staked into the ground next to them. Some people are sitting out on blankets, but as you see the crowds kind of dispersing and moving to other stages, you see that beyond the chairs and beyond the blankets, there's just standing room only crowds all the way up into the stage.
Oh my gosh.
I want on the record that I pick up my rapier and put it back where it goes on my person.
I like it.
It doesn't continue snaking.
Okay.
Come here, boy.
So you get your rapier back. And what do y'all do?
Are there funnel cakes?
I think that you see a number of vendors kind of walking around with boxes, and some of them have bags of snacks in them. Some of them have small cakes and pastries. And they're kind of like, they have the box over their shoulders and are like selling them as they go.
Well, these are all really gonna be really expensive, you guys. But they're so good. So, we could split some. I look at them with a big smile.
Okay.
Cool.
Split a what?
Some festival food.
Festival food.
Yeah, okay, so are you looking for funnel cakes specifically? Because I'd say that those would be with the pastries.
Yes.
You head over, and this guy is cakes for you, and he has to kind of yell, to be heard over the music.
Yes!
He says, "Great, what kind?"
Funnel!
He reaches, he kind of opens the little box. I think that there's like a little way of making funnel cakes inside the box.
It's magic.
He has a magic fryer inside his little box, and so he picks up it's a squeeze bottle of dough and squeezes it into the portable fryer.
Yes.
Then lifts it out, pulls a plate from like a little dispenser that he has on a belt.
No, I'm gonna stop him. There's no need, sir. And
No,
I'm gonna pull out
you
a
licked
plate
it.
from my bag. That means it's clean.
No!
It's clean.
You licked it!
I'm gonna look a little hurt, and I'll put it back in my bag.
We will wash them back at the college.
He continues to pull out his own plate that is disposable and dumps the dough on top of it, and then, puts some powdered sugar on top of it, puts all of these little pieces back inside his little box and closes the lid up.
How much is it?
He says that'll be 10 gold.
What?
Everything is so expensive here.
You said this was going to be
You didn't
expensive.
tell us that beforehand.
He says, "I guess I thought you knew?"
Well, you need better signage on your person.
He turns around and there's like a big sign on his back that says funnel cakes 10 gold.
Well, I didn't come at you from the backside, did I? Excuse me. So, guys, I'll pitch in 5 if you guys would like to pitch in the other 5, and we can all share. It's a really good experience, Wynni.
Here's 2 gold.
And I look over at Twyddle and smile. I'll let you put your portion on your plate.
I'm gonna pull out my plate, but then gesture it towards the guy and say, "What if you put it in that magic dipping water?"
He says, the plate?
Yeah, what happened?
He says, "I guess it'd be a fried plate?"
A fried plate.
You can't eat it.
No, guys, Twyla's never seen a fryer before. This is very interesting. I'm gonna gesture again at him, and I'm just gonna nod, like excitingly, like yes.
He looks at you, he says, I don't know where this plate came from, and I'm not real sure that I want to dip it into my fryer.
Here's the deal, sir.
I don't just dip anything in my fryer,
I'll give you 7 gold, and you won't have to dip the plate in exchange for the funnel cake.
Okay.
Basically, she'll leave you alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you will have to roll persuasion for that.
Okay. Oh, 7.
Okay.
Fitting.
He
Very
says,
fitting.
That'll still be 10 gold.
Guys,
Yeah.
we have a point of being here, and it's not funnel cake. We're finding a missing person. It's kind of important.
But we have to energize ourselves.
Sir, can you just walk away?
No!
Just walk away, because they will not stop
I
talking.
take out the extra 3. I take out the extra. So now I'm doing 8 of my own and 2 of Wynni's.
Okay, so
Oh my
you
goodness.
hand over your gold and he says, "Oh, phew, I thought I was gonna have made a funnel cake for nothing. Thanks, enjoy the show," and walks away.
Twyddle, you don't get any. You didn't pay.
That's only fair.
I'm just being like looking at him as he walks away and go, "He didn't put it in the magic water."
And Wynni, you only get 2/10.
Good.
So Merryweather eats most of this funnel cake.
I think in the reality of it, she's not. I'm sure Merryweather is keeping an exact eye on the amount that's being eaten, and she purposefully allows Wynni to eat up to a quarter.
That's generous.
Okay.
I give some of mine to Twyddle.
That is generous.
Oh, that's so generous. You're all so generous. What great friendship.
Aw. As like we're eating this, I'm just kind of looking around. I'm trying to see like if anyone looks at me like they might recognize me.
Okay,
at all.
go ahead and roll me, I'm gonna say insight for this.
Okay, that's a 15.
Okay, so on a 15, you see plenty of people looking at you. Some kind of point at your spikes and talk about them. But you don't see anyone who seems to notice or recognize you or stop and talk to you.
Her people aren't here.
Do we recognize, or I recognize, any of the performers that are currently on stage from the posters, / I would like to try and find a schedule.
Yeah, okay, so I think that, yes, you do recognize the person who's on stage now as one of the, there was a poster of her in the room. She wasn't on one of, like, the repeating posters, so maybe, like, not as big a fan of this one, but there's also a post not too far away that has a sign at the top that reads schedule, and it has kind of a billboard with the times posted on it.
Well, I guess who are the people? So there's Mayhem Gravy,
Yes.
Valor Bane. So where is Mayhem Gravy?
Mayhem Gravy is not listed until tomorrow either. They're both, Valor Bane and Mayhem Gravy will be taking the same stage, but on the 2 following days. So actually it would be Valor is the next day, and then Mayhem Gravy is the day following.
Okay, here's what Wynni wants to do. Guys, here's what I think that we should do this. We should find Valor Bane's stage and stake it out and figure out how to sneak onto the stage before Valor Bane comes on tomorrow, when we definitely know the sister will be in the crowd if she's here, and tell her that we need her.
Wait. So your plan is to sneak onto the stage of one of the largest performers of our time, go onto the stage, and from this person's performance, steal the microphone and say, "Hello, person whose name I already forgot, Rhiannon. We need you."
Yes.
I like it.
Well, we can try it.
Hi, hello, hail and well met, Fablemates. I'm back. But didn't Becca do an amazing job with loose threads last week? Anyway, June has flown by, but it's still not over, and we still have a few more things for Women in Tabletop Gaming Month coming your way. The first of our Monster of the Week special event podcast with The Beholder's Eye came out this past Friday, and the next part of the story comes out this coming Friday on their feed. Becca and I had a lot of fun creating characters we were really passionate about and learning a tabletop RPG system we were unfamiliar with, so definitely check it out. And if you missed our Q&A last week, you should really check that out. It's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and a pickle jar, which makes sense if you've heard it. It's not our usual fare, but we do talk about D&D, podcasting, what it's like to be women in tabletop gaming, and a lot of goofy stuff too. Thanks JP Diavondo for writing our theme song, Fate and Fable, and check us out on our social media. We're at FateFMCast across the board on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'm hoping to post something this week to give listeners a chance to participate a little in the podcast, so keep an eye out for that. Also, if you enjoy the show, we would love your support by telling your friends, leaving us a rating or review on iTunes, or by checking out our Patreon at patreon.com/FateFMcast. Even giving $1 a month can make a big difference and means a lot. Plus, there are some cool reward tiers that go along with it. Anyway, thanks Fablemates, and I hope you all have a wonderful week.
I think I have an idea.
Uh-huh.
Instead, let's make a big sign that says, "Hey girl, we want to..."
Can we use glitter?
Yeah, we want to invite you backstage. Come backstage. And it's her name on it. And then I can summon something that will carry that sign onto the stage for us, and nobody can see it, so they won't be able to stop them.
Wait, so how's she gonna see it?
Well, you can still see the paper.
Oh, but the thing that brings it up on stage you won't be able to see.
Yeah.
Huh. Wait, and we're backstage? Why can't we say meet us by the porta potties.
Because then she won't think it's real. She won't think it's really him.
Oh, we're trying to make it look like Balor Bane.
Yeah.
Twyddle, why don't you just turn yourself into Balor Bane?
Oh.
I think this is a question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it before, but I'd like it on the record. I have not actually seen a photograph of this man.
No, but you have seen images.
So my question is that enough to go off?
I think it would be enough for a close comparison, if nothing
Well, we
else.
can wait till the show.
When I could see him in person.
And then after the show, then Twyddle sneaks up as Balor Bane and says something not like Twyddle at all. And then Twyddle, as Balor Bane, can go up to the microphone and say, "Hey girl, Rhiannon, let's meet up." Because that's not very scary at all.
We nailed it.
That scares me.
We solved the concert riddle. Let's do it.
I would still like to go look for her today, if possible.
Yes. Wait, walk around as Balor Bane. Oh, no, you need to see him. Just kidding. Wait, you can kind of look like him, though, right?
I'm gonna nod and then transform into a close version, I think.
But wait. Oh, no. Everybody else will recognize him and swarm us.
Too late.
Yes, in about
And
2
then our cover
seconds,
will be blown for tomorrow.
there is someone who squeals and says, "Oh my gosh, it's Balor Bane!"
Oh, no.
I pull my gun out. No, I stand out with my arms wide. Back up, people! We're his security detail.
And I think some fans they kind of slow down, but like they're already pulling out notebooks and like pushing in closer and are,
Oh, I did
"Can
not
we
think
have
this
your
through.
autograph, Balor? Hi, Balor. I love you,
No,
Balor.
we're very
Balor."
busy. He has to keep moving.
My eyes are getting really big as I realize that they want me to sign something.
And,
Let's go. Excuse
He's
us.
very
We have
busy.
places to be. Going backstage.
more and more people are noticing now and pushing
Oh, no.
in closer. And
This was a very bad idea. I regret
yeah.
everything.
should. You really should.
10 people who are kind of crowding around you now and handing out notebooks and saying, "Balor, please, just one signature. I can't believe you're here. You're not even supposed to be here until tomorrow. Oh my gosh, Balor." Imagine
No.
that these are all different voices instead of just one person speaking collectively,
No.
but like, "Hi, Balor."
I'm gonna take off running.
Oh my gosh, it's Balor. Balor, wait, where are you going?
I'm taking off
Balor?
running
Balor.
in my spiked armor, which will help give me some clearance.
So you're just running.
Yes.
And I think that it's still pretty crowded. So do you just like
I'm gonna go into a rage.
okay.
This is such a bad idea.
You are raging and running, and I guess like just punting people out of the way, almost like half tackling them as you try and get through them. How is this?
Like pushing them to the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 1 minute for this thing to last because no one's coming at me with hostility. I will try to push them out with my hands rather than my spikes because I don't really want to hurt anybody, but I'm a little freaked out. This is a lot more people than I've been around before, and they're all asking me to sign things, so I'm just going.
Run for the bathrooms.
Oh, no. You've all upset him. When he gets into a mood like this, the only person that can calm him down is, what's her name?
Rhiannon.
Rhiannon Rhett. We all need to find Rhiannon Rhett.
That's right.
She's the only one who
One
can
of the
calm
fans
him
looks at
down.
another fan and says, "Who's Rhiannon Rhett?" And the other fan looks back and is like, "I don't know, but I kind of hate her."
You gotta find her, or he won't perform tomorrow. So everyone find
and
her
he'll
quickly.
never sign your autographs.
Yeah, so y'all are just standing there trying to like talk to people about this, and Twyddle is just booking it.
Yep.
I'm like yelling this out and running, trying to weave through legs and stuff.
Okay, so like you're like multitasking.
Yes.
Twyddle, you're
Oh,
pushing
no.
through the crowd and kind of pushing people out of the way. And eventually you kind of push someone who pushes back.
Uh-oh.
He looks at you and he's like, "Hey, what's your problem?"
Nothing, sir. Is there like a tent nearby or anything?
Right now you're just kind of around a lot of people. You've already run pretty much a stage away, so the music has changed. At some point it went from rock and roll to like smooth jazz.
Look, buddy, I need you to get out of the way.
And who are you to talk?
I am Baylor Ballad.
Uh-huh. And then he punches you.
Oh, good. Oh, no. Altercations. Okay. Do I take any damage?
No, because he actually misses.
Oh, I recognize this.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Punching?
Yes.
This is a language you speak?
This is gonna turn to wrestling. Wrestling.
Oh, okay. So, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna go, mountain rules, and then I'm gonna dogpile him.
Okay, so you need to roll me either, I guess, strength if you're gonna grapple him.
Okay.
He's gonna try and contest that.
That is a 7.
Okay, he's gonna have a 14, so he's not gonna grapple you. He's actually gonna be able to kind of scramble away from you. And he says, "What is your deal? Seriously?"
I'm just gonna have this look in my eye. Can I roll intimidation before I say this?
Yeah.
That's a nat 20.
Okay, that'll be intimidating.
You can take the girl out of the mountain, but you can't take the mountain out of the girl. And I'm gonna go for his legs.
Okay. Roll me strength again, please.
12.
Yeah, that'll do it. So you tackle him at his legs, and he does not move. He looks a little bit stunned after you said your very intimidating one-liner, and he goes down.
Have I caught up yet?
Around this time, Merryweather would catch up as you're grappling him, Twyddle, and because of your spikes, he would take some damage. I forget what the exact rules for that are, and that is something in your class.
Yes.
But whenever you grapple someone, they take some amount of damage. Okay, it would be 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
He looks hurt, and around this point, Merryweather, what do you do?
I'm going to run up to Twyddle and kind of gently but firmly put my hand on some part of her that I can see and grab without getting too much in the middle of this wrestling, and be like, Twyddle, it's okay. You can stop. It's fine. We're away from everyone now.
At this point, I'm gonna lift up just a little bit and then go 1, 2, 3, yes! And then stand up and lift my hands up and go, yeah! Put my hand down to help lift him up and say, that's good fighting, sir.
I think at this point, Wynni, what are you doing?
Wynni sees that her friends are both gone. She cannot see them. And so she's going to do the next best thing and pretend, but maybe not fully pretend, like she's panicking. And instead of calling out for her real friends, she's going to call out for Rianne and Rhett.
Smart.
And just cry and say, I'm lost. I need to find my friend. I'm very little and I don't know anyone here. Please, somebody help me.
Okay, so 2 things happen. Okay, with Merryweather and Twyddle, someone runs up to you with a badge, and he is dressed in kind of a nice black polo with the Lauracio City Limits symbol on the front of it, and he has a badge hanging around his neck, and he comes running in and says, Balor, sir, what are you doing here without any security? We need to get you back to the artist station.
Exactly! I'm his security! Let's go!
He kind of looks at the man that you've just helped up and says, Did this man attack you?
No. It was just some good old-fashioned wrestling, and I'm gonna tossle that guy's hair.
I think he glares at you.
I am not phased.
He says, Who is this person? And the helper badge dude says, this is Balor Bane, the god of rock. I just don't really know what happened, but sorry about that. And the guy kind of grumbles a little bit. He kind of says, I guess if you're famous, it's okay.
I'd love to do this again sometime, sir. We can talk about strategy and whatnot later.
He says, I don't really know that I would love to do this again sometime. And he kind of sneaks away slowly, and the guy with the badge says, Are you okay, sir? I've never heard of you acting this way.
Yeah, my team does a pretty good job, You have to keep a certain reputation as a rock star, but when it comes down to it, I'm just a regular guy. Like you, bro.
I think he kind of aw, shucks. And he says, well, let me walk you back to the volunteer station and see if we can't get you reconnected with more of your security detail.
Yes, we're missing 2 of them.
At the same time, Wynni, someone with a badge comes up to you as you're crying on the ground. And he leans down and he says, Hey, so are you okay? Did you lose your parents, little one?
I lost my friend. She was supposed to take care of me. And I lost her in the crowd and I need to find her. Can you help me find her?
Yeah, of course I can, sweetheart. Let's go ahead and let's get you to the volunteer station.
Okay, thanks.
And we'll try and find your friend, or she can also find you, okay?
Okay, she doesn't know that I'm missing, so she might not be looking for me and might be surprised to hear my name and that I'm here.
It's okay, sweetie. We'll figure it out. And he definitely, from the tone of his voice, you think he thinks you're like 8.
That's okay. That's kind of what she's going for.
Okay. He says, "Okay, well, let's find your friend then." And he kind of helps you up, offers a hand, and he leads you. He lets go of your hand as soon as you're kind of on your feet, but he guides you through the crowd towards the volunteer station, which is a cluster of tents off to the side, away from some of the stages. And as you get there, you see plenty of people with badges. You notice someone else walking up with a badge, accompanied by a pink-haired gnome and Balor Bane himself.
Oh my goodness! You're Balor Bane!
It's our security detail! Shh.
What?
I think the guy who's with you looks at you like, what?
I'm gonna nudge Merryweather at that and say, my friend here just means that this little girl was with us. And I'm gonna kneel down and just look Wynni so sweetly in the face and say, what's wrong, little one?
I can't find my friend, Rhiannon Rhett. I can't find her. I need to find her. Can you help me?
Of course. And I'm gonna look at the guard that's with us and say, we have to find her friend.
I wink at my friends so they know I know it's them.
I misspoke! We are the complete security detail. Just me. I'm the only one. This person I've never met before, but we must help her.
We are Merryweather. I think the volunteer who is with you, Merryweather, kind of looks at Balor and says, sure, I mean, it's absolutely, we can, I don't remember what voice I was doing or if I was even doing a voice for this one, but he says, yeah, sure, we can help find her, but does she know where to look for you?
No.
Okay,
We
here.
never set up a meeting spot beforehand. Classic mistake.
That was our mistake. I don't even think she knows that I'm here.
That could pose a problem. And he looks at Balor and says, I don't know, sir. If she doesn't know she's here, then it'll be awfully hard to find her.
But she loves Balor.
I'm gonna take Wynni's hand and say, well, little one, you'll just have to stay with us till we find her. And turn to the volunteer and just say, maybe put the word out that Balor, wait, is that my name? Yeah, Balor.
Yes. Yep.
Balor.
You're Balor.
Is looking for Rhiannon Rhett.
I'll see what I can do. Hey, Mr. Bane, sir, and he does the aw shucks look again, and he says, speaking of spreading the word, is there still a party going on at your house later tonight?
A party? Of course.
He kind of shrugs his shoulders a little bit and looks a little sheepish and says, what could anyone do to get into that?
We're all full. To capacity. I'm so sorry. It's a security issue. Fire hazard.
I nudge Merryweather and I whisper in her ear, we should say that the way to get in is to give us the address of his house so we know that he's cool. And then we can find out the address.
I just my head slowly turns to Wynni.
I'm looking contemplative as he asks that while these two are doing as I'm trying to stall.
Well, I'm so silly. I sometimes forget where I'm going. Clearly, we ended up in the jazz section instead of the rock. You know what I'm saying. If you really want to come again, I made a mistake. We aren't at capacity now that I think about it. We had some last minute cancellations. You might be able to come, but there are so many people that want to come. You have to prove that you are a real fan, real obsessed. We only let the obsessive types come into the parties, because that makes sense. Do you know? It's a little Balor Bane trivia. I do this with everyone. Yeah. Do you know where Balor Bane lives? I'm trying not to laugh at how ridiculous this whole thing is. Because I'm nervous laughing too.
He looks legitimately confused and says, well, it's a big mansion that is on the hill overlooking the park. Everyone knows where Balor Bane lives.
But do you know which bedroom window is his?
No, is that what I need to know to be a fan?
No, you're a fan. You're just not obsessed enough to be invited to his house. I'm so sorry.
Susan, it's okay.
Who's Susan?
You silly.
Yeah, I'm so forgetful. It keeps happening to me today. It's just the heat or something, all these people.
It's my fault. I should hire a personal assistant and not just have you do both jobs as security and a personal assistant. I really need to separate the two. It's my fault.
You know, just to make you feel better, sir, even if you guessed which window was his room, I'm not sure I could remember myself. So, yep.
It's actually a trick question. I sleep in every room throughout the night.
You just move from room to room?
He's a terrible sleepwalker, sir.
Oh.
Terrible sleepwalker.
Oh.
It's how I get inspiration for all my songs.
I think he looks a little bit like, I don't even know if the news knows that. I'm kind of honored. Thanks for sharing that with me.
Yeah, we thought that since you can't come to the party, might as well give you some other information.
If you come tonight to the door with fish tacos, we'll let you in.
If we are not at capacity.
He says, fish tacos. Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Yay!
I think he kind of wanders away, just looking very dazed and dreamy.
Okay, so is the security guy still there?
The guy who came with Wynni is still there, yeah.
Can me and my friend Rhiannon Rhett come?
Of course, little one. Of course.
Can the guards send out an APB to tell Rhiannon to come to his party tonight?
Yeah.
An APB?
Yeah, of course.
All alerts bulletin
Was that an APB?
proclamation.
I was gonna ask about an AABP?
Yes, please.
An all alerts bulletin proclamation.
Yes.
Okay.
I just need her to know. Really bad.
I was gonna say we could meet her here at the tent, but sure, inviting her to the party sounds like a great idea. I say to the guard.
Then it's settled. Balor has spoken.
As he does.
He kind of nods and says, yeah, I mean, if I encounter anyone, this one was kind of, voices. Yeah, if I encounter anyone from, stuff, I will definitely send them to the house on the hill at the edge of the park, since that's, where the party's gonna be. Pretty cool.
The way you said that made me feel real confident about what you're gonna do.
He says, yeah, have fun at that, by the way. Don't allow too many obsessed fans inside, I guess.
Of course not.
We're
of
at
course
capacity.
Not.
Of course.
Is there a porta potty nearby?
Is that what they're called? A fantasy porta potty?
No, they're called port out houses.
Is there a port out house around here?
Yeah, Twyddle, I'm surprised you know what those are.
Okay, I have actually thought about this. I'm sorry, this is coming in. It's not unusual for tribe members to go off on quests like this, but most of them come back. So I have a knowledge of some things, I've just never seen them.
Okay.
I've actually thought about this. That's how I'm getting away with stuff.
He says, yeah, I mean, right down the way is port out houses. That way.
Perfect.
And he points to the left.
Are they that far away, Renee?
No, they're not that far.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can see them. They're like a little bit of a ways away, but you can see them from where you're at.
Does it look like I'm gonna get mobbed if I try to go that way?
There are a number of people you would have to pass by, but there aren't like crowds waiting for you.
Okay. I can find my way back to where I've been hanging out this entire time. Perfect. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna pull 2 plates out of my bag, and I'm gonna use them as blinders, and I'm gonna walk towards the port outhouse. So I'm trying not to be seen by people.
And then I'm just gonna say to the guard, he's famous. You understand. And walk off with him. Come on, little girl who we don't know but have just become friends with.
Okay, I'm Wynni.
Hi, Wynni. I'm Susan.
Can I make it to the bathroom without being seen?
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Okay. I get disadvantage because of my armor. 7.
Okay. The whole crowd rolled a natural 1. All of them.
Yes!
So, I think they're very absorbed in the music, and as you just kind of duck your head down, put your hand up to the side of your face, and that's literally just how you walked over to the port out houses.
No, I had plates on both sides of my face.
You have plates on both sides of your face,
Yeah.
my back. You have plates on both sides of your face, and no one notices who you are.
No.
By some miracle. And roll of the dice.
So basically, I'm just going to step in and then close the door and then immediately open it, and I'm going to be Dr. Red again.
Okay. As you open the door, you see across the way, a good 60 feet from you. Someone who looks a lot like you, actually, except instead of blonde hair, she has dark hair with light roots, and it's cropped short around her shoulders, ending kind of at her chin, and she's wearing a lot more makeup than Dr. Rhett you've ever seen Dr. Rhett in the single day that you've known her, including a dark smoky eye and black lipstick. And she takes one look at you. Your eyes meet for the span of a second, and then she runs.